Hey guys, how's it going? It's X666X Iron Maiden. Today we are back with more Lovebites. This is the Crusade live. Alright, so I said I would be back. Wasn't lying. I loved this band the first time I checked them out. I'm actually really glad that I was actually able to kind of guess what's the word I'm looking for? You know, when you just go blank. I was able to basically feel out what some of the band members, how their style was and stuff, and a lot of you confirmed a lot of that to me as well. Sorry, I'm not good with names unless I have them pulled up in front of me, so I still haven't got the names down. It's going to take a while. I'm going to have to listen to them for a while before I really get their names down, so I'll apologize for that. But the one on the right, actually I can, it'd come in handy if I pulled it up right now before we get going. The one on the right is the more classically trained one, but it was on piano, not guitar. But it still makes sense for her play style, which I thought was pretty cool. And the shredder on the left, which you guys did confirm. You guys did confirm to me that it is the bassist that had the idea to put together the group. Huge Iron Maiden fan, which I'm obviously a fan of, because you guys can't really see it in the videos, and I don't know which way to go, but yeah, I am definitely a big Iron Maiden fan as well. So, and if the name of the channel and the poster behind me doesn't say it, that should also be a big point to that. And then obviously you guys let me know drummers, that great, what was it? I think what did you guys say she was? Like a mini freight train come through, something like that, something on the lines of that. And singer just has those beautiful voice and just power behind it as well. So anyway, I think I did enough talking. We already know what the band's about. I just wanted to, go over what you guys talked to me about. And you guys said this was probably the best song that I could check out next, so let's get to it, man.
Okay, Kia. Crusade!
Yeah, I hear it already. For those of you that wanted to point it out. Okay, so yeah, I forgot to mention that before, that you guys let me know this one was inspired by Aces High by Iron Maiden. I heard it right off the bat. As I had said, I figured you guys made it pretty obvious by the amount of comments that said it that I was going to hear it right away, and I definitely get it. The song structure so far is following it pretty much to a T, just with the obvious changes that they've made to make it their own song. But following that exact song structure so far, which is it's cool, because I almost feel like I can follow the song even though it is different. Like, all the notes are different for the most part. All the lyrics are different clearly, and all that. But I still feel like I can follow it because it's that similar, which is which is super cool to hear. I know somebody said I should do Aces High at the same time, but truthfully, there's not one version of Aces High unless I really go looking for stuff that's not like off a live DVD, that's like fan shot, that I haven't seen. So, and there was no point to do it for me. I know that song inside and out, so doing it as a double take, just for me, it wasn't going to do it. It just didn't make any sense. Anybody else that comes by, though, that hasn't seen Iron Maiden's Aces High, I'll just tell you to go check that out after, and you will see the similarities 100%. Right away. You should feel it right away. Even if you don't know the song, you should feel it once you start listening to Aces High after this. Let's continue. Okay. I want to say that I love her guitar tapping at this section. It just fits so nicely into there. Over her doing riffs on the opposite side, it's just such a nice touch. It's such a nice touch. It feels like it needed to be there. Like, I don't feel like I could have heard it any other way after hearing that. In general, I understand the feeling as well. You guys said in this video I would see like the group moving along and getting together, kind of like showing off like their stage presence a little bit more, and I see it, of course. It's kind of something. I feel like I haven't seen it from any other Japanese group so far, like where coming around, putting her arm on her shoulder, and really like feeling the camaraderie. You don't see that a lot. I feel like you don't see that enough anymore. I feel like a lot of older bands did that quite often. From Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, a lot of these bigger bands did that a lot on stage, and they keep doing it to today. But you don't see it from a lot of newer bands as much, and I don't know if that's just different generation. I have no idea, but it was nice to see it here, and everybody's interacting on the other side. The bassist and guitarist also interacting as well, which was really nice to see, because it just shows that they get along. It shows you getting along. Like if there was any kind of tension in the group, you would see it live on stage. You can see that sometimes. Like you can see the it just shows there's another level. I find it's hard to fake. Maybe you never know, but this isn't faked for sure. They're definitely getting along 100%, and I'm excited because I do believe we're about to get a solo. That's why I wanted to stop it before it got there. So let's jump back in. Ah, nice. Oh, I love the tapping. Woo. Woo. Okay. Oop. Starting it again, apparently. I could listen to it again, but we're not going to do it on the channel. I'll probably listen to that again on my own. But so I want to, all of a sudden, I feel like I didn't react too much. Like, normally I really get into songs. I really, like, headbang to it. But unfortunately, I pulled a muscle in the back of my neck, so I couldn't really get into it as much. Because as soon as I started to move my head along, I was like, oh, this is starting to hurt. I can't do this, even though I want to. And then I kept making the mistake of getting into it again. It's really hard to stop headbanging sometimes, man. Like, some of those challenges, try not to headbang. I might be someone. I guess if it's a challenge, I probably have the mind power enough to not do it. But like when don't have to worry about it, even when my neck hurts, I still just have to keep doing it. It just keeps happening. I'm like, man, learn not to do it. If your neck hurts, stop. I love this band, man. I'm so glad that I found these girls on here this time around. I can't. I think they were around when I was doing the channel before, but I think it was still earlier for them. I'm gonna double check that as I continue talking. I'm not 100% sure, but I know they haven't been around forever, to my knowledge. 2016. That was around when I started this channel, and I don't think I ever covered them. I don't know if they're on my list that I had at the time, and that would be one hell of a time to find that on the list as well. Yeah, that would be like I have to go search through and see if anyone ever suggested them, and I just never got to it. I feel like the Crusade was requested. I just never got to it because I had such a huge list. And it kind of makes you feel bad knowing there's that much music out there, and I could have heard these girls earlier because I'm sure someone must have requested it. I had done Bandmade in the past before my break from the channel. Other groups like Versailles and all of them, you'd think this would have came into the picture, especially because I was doing videos in 2019. So I would have thought it would have popped up. So it must have, but I guess I just didn't get to it if it was requested, and I feel terrible that I didn't. Only because, for me personally, because I would have loved to have heard this before now, and had the chance to get into it more. But we're here now. That's the most important part. And from the backstory you guys told me in the comments and all that, it sounds like a group that I would really, really enjoy. From your guys' translations from live feeds and stuff like that, I appreciate that greatly. Actually, I actually read a bunch of. I read most of your guys' comments. Some of them were a lot, but I still read some of it. And I'm actually following the bassist on Instagram now. So thanks to someone telling me to check out a couple of pictures she had posted recently about how big of an Iron Maiden fan she is. And that'll hopefully give me more information on the band over time as well. I'm hoping. And now I'm rambling. I haven't even really talked about the song. This is a great interpretation and tribute to, I shouldn't say interpretation, a tribute is the word I have to use here, to Iron Maiden, with the strong song structure following the Aces High format, but completely changing everything other than that. Did a beautiful job with that. It's it's their tribute, and it just feels like a tribute. And it doesn't feel like they're trying to steal anything from them. They literally changed everything to the point where The only thing it follows is that song structure, and that's perfect. I love that they did that. It's not taking from Iron Maiden in any other way other than that. Everything else is their own, and you can really feel it. Even though they're going with that element, you feel it's their song, no matter what. Even if you can still get the hints to Iron Maiden from it, and it's such a good job to do that, because some people make tribute songs like there's a group. I'll tell you right now, if you like Iron Maiden, there's a group also from can't remember where in England called Monuments. And they're very inspired by Iron Maiden as well. And they kind of sound like Iron Maiden, but one thing that they do that they overdo a little bit, just from me, I would prefer to hear a little bit more originality, is they often take riffs that Iron Maiden have used and barely change them, and it just sounds like you're throwing Iron Maiden into your songs. They are a great band to check out still, don't let me down on that, but the level here is a little bit higher than that, where the tribute is beautiful because it's done just to the point where you know it's a fan tribute by a band, and then they make all their song themselves, and that's just great. I love that. I love that they did that, and they sounded killer here. As you said, one of you said, I don't remember saying anything about how the drummer didn't smile, but one of you had brought up that she does smile a lot, I guess, and I could see it here, so I just wanted to point that out too. I did catch it. They didn't show her very much, unfortunately. They don't seem to go to the drummer that often, actually. From what I was seeing, they just go to the drum cam for like 2-3 seconds, and I don't really like that, only because I'm also played drums in the past, so I like to see the drums a little bit more, but it's okay. It's not the end of the world. So anyway, before I just keep rambling on, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to catch when I'm dropping more videos, and as always, you guys have a good one, and I'll catch you later.